CBS News 7.
Your seats are too goddamn small! If your big, round, beluga bop whale-looking self needs an accommodation in the cargo hold, we can make that happen.
We are here live at the scene of a shocking incident where a woman killed her husband for walking on the floor she mopped. Has she been arrested?
Not yet. We are waiting for the floor to dry. Welcome back to the Spectrum News Network. I'm your host, Marshmallow Jenkins. We have some extremely tragic news for you tonight. The only Hooters in my town has shut down. I drove my moped to the promised land on my lunch break today, and I was shocked to discover that the happiest place on earth has become nothing but a memory. A culinary institution that was once the heartbeat of Tickletoe County locked its doors for the last time this week as it filed for bankruptcy. As the earth shifted beneath my Crocs in that empty parking lot, it began to rain. As if even the sky knew what had been lost to the cruel, twisted hand of fate. I began to wonder where Kelly could be. Is she thinking about me? Wondering where I am? My soul is now bankrupt of boobies. But do I get to file these feelings? No, I must carry on. I must become the man that my dad wanted me to be. The man that was born when Kelly hugged me that one time and absolutely smothered my face with those squeezers. Because if I can't become that man, well, I don't deserve Kelly and her massive upper deckers, do I? So that's what I must do. I won't just survive this tragedy, I'll become stronger from it. Stronger than I've ever been. I know more jiggly honkers are out there, and I'll find them.
This just in. The United States has officially deployed its most reckless and unpredictable unit to the Middle East, the Ultima Team.
Girl, I'm lost. Keisha, guess where I am? Girl, they sent me to Iran. Who's gonna fill in? Girl, that. They got some good ass food here though. Did you not see me? Dead ass. Move. I don't even care for real. Bitch.
Thanks, Chris. Known for their unmatched ability to cause complete havoc in school zones, Walmart parking lots, and Taco Bell drive-thrus.
Y'all lucky I ain't bring Keisha.
The Pentagon has confirmed these drivers were selected based on three things: unpaid registration, loud exhaust, and vibes. God help us all. Welcome to the Black News Network. I'm your host, Papa Cap and Yo Ass Jones. Tonight's story, BNN weather reporter and local hoe Keisha McRib thinks she too good for me. The part-time weather reporter and full-time community mattress was begging me to come through and lay this pipe last Friday, but now she want to act like she don't know me. She ain't ever had a problem asking me to pay for her food, but when it come time to show me what that mouth do, the hoe proudly lied, I ain't that kind of girl. So we just gonna act like you ain't already popping Plan Bs like they a daily vitamin. Oh, please. The dry cleaners won't even take your business anymore. They all tired of cleaning up baby batter stains off your clothes. Don't ever ask me to DoorDash you no crab legs again. You ain't never gonna feel these biggity black balls snocking all up on that tuna fish hot pocket garage door. And she wanna walk around here like we strangers now? Here's a forecast for any men thinking they about to get some neck work from this hoe. Expect a 100% chance of STDs. Don't be texting me next week saying, I miss you, Chocolate Thunder, come and get this deep dish. I ain't no hot and ready midnight snack hoe. You just missed the free shrimp. And now here's Keisha McRib with the weather.
Producers have confirmed next season of Love Island will merge with the Hunger Games.
Formal possums only. Elegant Southern tradition.
Reignite your inner organ with Spleenify.
It's not the bread's fault! It's not meat, it's not light, but it is legal. Mood lighting with flavor.
Just bricks. For hours. No opinions. Only brick.
Real cars, real pizza. We don't know why it works.
Oil change or deep dish, why not both?
We melt things. You watch. You'll feel different when you leave.
No walls, no ceiling, just floor. We stand by it, because that's all there is.
We've all seen it. But that doesn't mean it's yours.
Just tubs, full ones, empty ones. Some have voices.
This one chose me.
Don't ask, just soak.
Downtown Detroit. Ben Pimpin, who last week received the key to the city, said he is bringing out all of his hoes for a day to pop and shake what they mama gave them. The mayor of Detroit, Mike Crook, will be in attendance even though his wife is pregnant at home because, quote unquote, he won't miss out on this much ass for nothing. Let's go to our Black News Media reporter, Destiny Weaves, with her bald-headed ass. She's live with Ben Pimpin at the event now.
See, you got jokes, Ellington. What about that one time I caught your ass in the janitor's closet playing with your joystick, huh?
Holy fucking airball! Attempting to do a popular urban dance known as the Dougie. Innocent Country Club president Chad Barker was supposed to attending a golf tournament with his father, but instead was peer pressured by one of his pals, Ben Dover, to go out to popular nightclub Jungle Fever. One of the witnesses, identified as Purple Yogurt Slinger, said that the innocent white victim, Chad Barker, was square dancing when he was approached by three urban boys, quickly identified as Reggie Blackfoot, Shadow Trey, and Midnight Jones. Witnesses say Chad Barker was then peer pressured into doing the popular urban dance, the Dougie. Apparently, Reggie Blackfoot wanted to, quote unquote, teach him how to Dougie. The innocent white victim attempted to put his arms out front and lean side to side and instantly collapsed on the floor at the nightclub Jungle Fever. Paramedics arrived fast, like 911 in white neighborhoods. You know, we don't have no shame about it. Chad Barker was rushed to Trail Mix Medical Center where doctors attempted cock-to-mouth resuscitation, but Chad Barker was shortly pronounced dead at 1 a.m. this morning. The three suspects, Reggie Blackfoot, Shadow Trey, and Midnight Jones, are all being booked for murder charges at Dunkin' Donut Precinct in downtown Los Angeles because she served her fried chicken instead of a quinoa salad. Megan Mayonnaise went to the restaurant called The Last Supper where she claimed she was flabbergasted that they would serve her fried chicken when she in fact ordered a quinoa salad. Ms. Mayonnaise said waitress Sharkeisha Trinity knowingly gave her fried chicken, although Ms. Mayonnaise pleaded that she didn't want to eat any urban food. We have Ms. Mayonnaise along with her attorney, Roger Banger. Can you explain how you were feeling, Ms. Mayonnaise?
I told Sharkeisha Trinity 300 times, let me speak with your manager. And she just kept twerking, sticking her tongue out and laughing at me.
We have exclusive CCTV footage from the restaurant of Miss Mayonnaise and Sharkeisha's fried chicken confrontation. Miss Mayonnaise is suing Sharkeisha Trinity for everything she got, which is 3 deadbeat fathers and $100 in unpaid child support.
all right, man. Let's do some news. It's Friday, man. We're going to get up in and out of here real quick. It's the Sabbath, but we're going to get some news done. All right, let's go. Good news for us. Mainstream media steady taking L's. Stephen Colbert getting fired from his late night spot. It's about time. Another Democratic show. I used to watch Stephen Colbert back in the day. It was actually pretty funny. After Trump got elected his first term, he's just been a demagogue. So let's play some of this of the news, the announcement that Colbert's getting fired.
The left is absolutely losing it over CBS's decision to finally end its most brazen left-wing propaganda program. Over the last 10 years, Stephen Colbert has slowly corrupted and spoiled a show that was made famous by David Letterman. Late night television used to be something that we could all enjoy, right? You could just sit down and watch.
Yo, what's up, Pookie and Ray Ray Show? I see you in the building, man. Yeah, it's over for mainstream media. Yeah, and like I said, I'm glad Colbert's getting up out here. They done got rid of Joy Reid, Tiffany Cross, a bunch of them, but Colbert, that's a big one.
Watch it, you're going to get something good. They were going to make some fun of people and stuff like that, but it wasn't going to be propaganda that you hated. But since Trump's political ascension, it has become largely unwatchable late night TV in this country. Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel, the CBS and ABC hosts, squandering audiences that took decades to build and turning late night TV into left-wing political propaganda. It has been truly disgusting to watch as somebody that loved those late night shows. And we all wondered how long these networks would allow such a blatant ideological agenda to take over its programming from these little high-paid nerds. But in truth, that agenda is everywhere on these big networks. From the Today Show through The View, all the way up through The Late Show, all the different networks. Our broadcast media in this country is not allowed to do this, but does little more than brainwash the masses to accept the left-wing deep state agenda, and Stephen Colbert was one of the worst.
Right after we heard that Joe had clinched the Electoral College, I sat down and just started crying with relief. Donald Trump is a fascist. The inauguration was a joyful occasion. Like I do at most happy things, I cried a lot. After a bizarre and vicious campaign fueled by a desperate need not to go to jail, Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. Well...
Wow, that's crazy. Colbert, like I said, this is supposed to be late night television and comedy. Colbert used to be funny. This sounds like he's just getting fed talking points from the DNC.
As we all know, he's a sack of loose skin stuffed with greed. Trump's birthday parade may be canceled due to thunderstorms.
Little dweeb. Just a little dweeb. Colbert slowly turned a late night comedy show into that. Didn't happen overnight. Took years and years and years. But he got to feeling himself and thought that he could just project what he believes onto the American people and that was okay. In fact, it's just arrogant. It's disgusting, just like him. His guests on his show were all left-wingers. I mean, you look at the guest lineup over the years, it's all people from the left. The most insufferable Democrat politicians were on his show constantly. Everything was political, especially in these most recent years, and it's finally ending. For financial reasons, the network claims, nah. Colbert making the announcement last night.
Before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away.
And rightly so. Recently, Colbert drooled over Zoran Mamdani on his set here in New York as a communist looking to take over New York City and destroy it. He couldn't have been happier. They look like old friends. Last night, when he announced his show's cancellation, Adam Schiff was his guest. A Democrat so vile, he was removed from his committees for lying about classified information he had seen. The Late Show is pure propaganda from a network, a broadcast network, which is technically federally regulated by the FCC. CBS is supposed to be politically in the middle. They're not supposed to pick a side here in this two-party system, as are ABC and NBC. In truth, all three of these networks should be shut down and forced to retool and return to the unbiased networks that they are mandated to be if they're going to.
Facts. And they just took funding from PBS and NPR, so that's great. That passed with those Doge cuts.
To be broadcast on our government airwaves. But Democrats are spinning this the other way, of course, claiming that the ending of Colbert's show is a sign that CBS is bending to Trump's fascism. Jimmy Kimmel saying F you to CBS today. Elizabeth Warren posting, CBS canceled Colbert's show just 3 days after Colbert called out CBS's parent company Paramount for its $16 million settlement with Trump, a deal that looks like bribery. Left-wing publication Mother Jones saying Colbert's cancellation is a dark warning. No. The existence of Colbert's show for the last 10 years was actually the darkness. The fact that our three broadcast networks have all become mouthpieces for one political party in a two-party system is the darkness. That is
facts, exactly.
Is terrifying, and we all know it's true. The deep state is full of communists, and so is the media. Washington would love nothing more than to turn this country socialist, because think about it. Think about how much more money and how much more control that swamp would have if we started moving towards a full control system. It's what they want.
This raises so many red flags about what's going on here, especially given, as you point out, the recent track record of the capitulation, essentially paying.
Oh, good. He got a montage of all the liberal media flipping out because Colbert got chopped and NPR and PBS lost their funding from the federal dollars.
What a lot of people think is as a bribe, a shakedown.
This looks to a lot of Colbert's fans like another form of capitulation by CBS to the president of the United States.
Canceling Colbert is an obvious move to appease Donald Trump. And I need to tell y'all something.
Look at that. All right, so I guess Charlemagne's still getting his money from the DNC because he back at it. Yo, salute, brother Zeke. Yeah, Colbert is out, man. Another nail in the coffin, man. Mainstream media and all them, their little outlets and mouthpieces been taking L's left and right.
If you don't think we are under a regime with an authoritarian strategy, then you are bugging. This is textbook authoritarian rule.
Yes, some decent takes sometimes. Other times he's really stupid. Charlemagne the God. In truth, it's completely the opposite. It's completely the opposite. The media, so many of our institutions, taken over by the left, the media, one of them, of course. They've taken over so much: education, higher learning, academia. They've taken over medicine. They've taken over almost everything in this country. What we're seeing right now is one part of this very, very toxic takeover, which is what the left does. It takes over, it consumes everything, and then it kills it. We're seeing one part of that takeover be at least fixed in the near term. The Democrats are half right about this. This wasn't about money. CBS didn't end this show because Colbert wasn't pulling enough ad revenue. Colbert rated better than Kimmel or Fallon, in fact, to his credit. But do you think the shrewd business people at the top of CBS, mostly all capitalists, want their late night show to be a broadcast version of the Young Turks podcast? Because that's what it had become. Something only the very politically charged left would even consider watching. Do you know anybody that watches Colbert that's not an MSNBC overdose freak? Do you know anybody that watches that show besides that faction of people? He created an audience. He only needed about 1 million or 2 million people to do it. That's not a lot of people in this country. He created an audience. That audience used to be 10 times that size. Back in the heyday of those shows, do you think CBS wants that, wants to be tethered to that? NBC is breaking up with MSNBC right now. All of these networks are realizing they've created this really ugly thing, and they want to get away from it. Trump's election and his fully justifiable CBS lawsuit for the 60 Minutes Kamala edit, which was ridiculous no matter what Scott Pelley says, gave Paramount the justification to finally end a very toxic program. It appears Sherry Redstone is trying to bring her broadcast network back to reality, back to the middle, back to something that every American can just watch. Because it's not that right now. You watch any day part on CBS, any of these networks, and you're just getting pumped with propaganda from the left. It pisses people off. Nobody wants to watch that. Who wants to have that as their network? When you think about what CBS, what NBC, what ABC started as, it's ugly. It's really ugly. This was an opportunity to say, let's fix this. Let's start with the worst thing we got, which at CBS was The Late Show. At ABC, it's probably The View. That needs to go too. These are horrible, horrible shows. And they said, we got to get rid of them. And CBS has just removed, and Paramount has just removed, one of the most toxic TV hosts in the country who commandeered control of a late night show and turned it into a political indoctrination machine for mainstream Americans. That's what he wants, to turn every American into the same ideology, the same twisted ideology as him. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmidt tonight on Newsmax.
Joining me now is president of the Center for the American Experiment and founder of the popular Powerline blog, John Hinderaker. John, let's start with the White House investigating former President Joe Biden's use of the auto pen, with senior administration officials reviewing tens of thousands of documents turned over by the National Archives and Records Administration. But the former president, he's phoned the New York Times and he claims there's nothing improper about the auto pen. He told the New York Times he hadn't personally signed the orders, including those last presidential pardons, because there was a lot of them. What do you make of this story, John? Is there anything to see here?
Well, Rita, first of all, Joe Biden got a hold of the New York Times and gave them an interview because they're trying to get ahead of this story. They know it looks bad. They're trying to get their version out in front of the story. And it is ironic that Joe Biden says, well, there were so many pardons and commutations, I couldn't possibly sign them all. There's too many. I think he did grant a record number of pardons. And
yeah, and they just had those hearings on Congress with his doctors and medical team to find out what they know, and they're all pleading the fifth. So I'm hoping there's some. I'm hoping somebody goes to jail. All right, let me load up this next segment. All right, now we got our favorite goofy over at MSNBC, Joy Reid. She just had a meltdown on Piers Morgan because he called her out. This is why she got kicked off of MSNBC, because her show was trash and so was her takes.
Because this is your shtick, and I get that this is your
you
shtick.
racialized everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen,
Oh my God, he's calling her out for race baiting.
I get this is
It's
your
not my
game.
shtick.
And the bottom line,
It was your
it is your
shtick.
shtick, and everyone knows
your
that it is.
Nah, he said it right to her face. Piers Morgan did not hold back. He absolutely played the clip. He is trolling her. She is suffering a mental breakdown. Let's check it out.
Chip away, denaturalizing. That's Idi Amin behavior. There's
Okay.
a black fascist that you can compare him
Okay,
to.
let's move on to. I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. That's what
Well, you lost your job at MSNBC. Oh, and he played this clip to her face. Ugh. That is not a pretty face.
And that, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, he's playing the clip. He's playing the clip live on air.
That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things.
Yo, what up, Kwame? We playing a couple of the clips, a little montage of the mainstream media and all of their puppets taking L's all week. Joy Reid went at it with Piers Morgan, and he crushed her. And she's so he's played this clip right to her face right after she got fired.
Things are of God, and you know, I'm a church girl too, and those.
Matter of fact, I think you sent me this clip.
The things that I was taught were of God, and so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years. You know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, a 47% decrease in your election, in ratings from pre-election. But you told Mark Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show that the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that. So they were like, we don't like the name calling. And also I'm a Black woman. So, I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe because I am a Global South person.
Mark Lamont Hill is wearing a shirt that says the future is Black and feminist. These goofies gotta go.
And myself, you know, I mean, as a Black person, we have a different empathy toward other Global South people when they are suffering. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
No, Joy, I mean, look, let's.
Okay, yeah, all right, that's what I thought. Yeah, you did send me this clip. It's a good one. And I watch LV Nation too. This is my guy. I've been watching him since they demonetized his first channel.
Be honest, I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color.
Oh, he's going after her for race baiting. He's saying that the reason she's saying that the reason she got fired was because of her race. And he's saying, no, it's not. It's because you suck. Is that what he's saying? Is it because you weren't that good?
Because you're a Black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. What?
He said that's why you got let go, because your show was extremely unpopular. Look at her face. Brother Zeke said, what the F? Mark, his husband has a boyfriend. That's funny.
Why play the race card?
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers. I find it actually quite charming.
Yo, before he even says it, she racializes everything. This is classic. This is the thing. This is why she lost her show. Because she has no talent. She's just a hack. She doesn't make rational arguments. And like I said, she's getting paid to push these Democratic talking points. What a wasted Harvard education.
Racialize more conversations in your tenure at MSNBC than any host in history.
All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialize everything.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen.
Oh my God, he's calling her out for race baiting.
I get this is
it's
your
not
game.
my shtick.
And the bottom line,
it was your
shtick. It is your shtick, and everyone knows that it is.
It was your shtick, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, he's trolling her.
Piers, we
people
understand
got bored
what
with
it is. And it is so interesting to me that you yourself, as a white European, find that when people of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on, well, Barack Obama was a black president, why don't you object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't put your, and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
Yo, she is completely unbearable. This gonna be her when she get
Tried
old.
coochie back in '76. It was a phase, but it was a good one. Sweetie, we was all bumping uglies all summer. Bitch, please, you ain't even got the most baby daddies on this block. I got 5 kids and 6 baby daddies. Figure that shit out.
These old bitches in here be ready to smash every damn night. We out here clapping checks nightly, bro.
They used to call me the throat goat. They still call you that around here.
I got a tongue like a treadmill, baby. I don't get tired. That's cute. Mine got her tapping out like bingo night. Ask your wife.
Sweetie, can you run to 7-Eleven right quick and get me some KY?
Make it 2 bottles. The Lord been generous this week.
Yeah, bitch, he said he was just buying me lunch, and then I left with a limp.
Good thing he didn't dislocate that hip again. He said, just.
Yo, this AI gonna be the death of us. It's hilarious.
I find it hilarious because you're the one. You're the one who said. You're the one who said Donald Trump.
You and your friend Donald Trump.
You said Donald Trump is a white fascist.
Are so. He is a well. I agree
and
with
yet
Mark
when Obama
Milley,
did the
who
same
was,
thing,
last time I checked, is
I'm not allowed
black.
to mention his skin
I
color.
agree with his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not black and said he's fascist. And Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core.
Okay.
So I happen to agree, and I know this is what it's important to you, with 2 very white gentlemen about Donald Trump's fascist tendencies.
Okay.
If that makes you sad and uncomfortable, I can't help you.
No, yes, it
There's
made me
nothing
sad
I
and
can do about
uncomfortable.
it.
I think it makes you a little bit of a hypocrite, but that's different.
Right to her face, calling her a hypocrite. Basically playing, basically he's calling her out for playing into the hands of race baiting. She's doing.
Yeah, facts. Is that Lord of Brooklyn? Yeah. Piers Morgan destroyed you. She's getting clowned all over the internet. Like I said, this is why she lost her show. Because all she's got is a handful of these race baiting talking points. None of her arguments are rational. And she's unbearable. Lord of Brooklyn says, yeah, she got roasted by Piers.
That and it's claiming that that's the reason why she was pretty much let off air. It wasn't more of her stance on Israel Palestine. It was more of her race baiting, how race had everything to do with her show, and the ratings just plummeted. That's why she was fired, says Piers Morgan. But you know what's crazy? This conversation takes a turn, right? Because Piers Morgan then asked Joy Reid a simple question here about Barack Obama and deportations. This is one of the biggest things that Joy Reid is doing, is that she is speaking of Trump being a fascist because of ICE and deportations. But then he raises this question about Barack Obama, and she has no idea. And this is what actually made me feel crazy, because how do you not know? You've been in
Right. This is a good point that Piers brings up, because they got these guys are out here attacking ICE officers, shooting up federal buildings, and for people being deported. And they're starting off with violent criminals, as Tom Homan has said. But that's why we do facts, data, and statistics over here. So this is all BS, because even if Trump hits the number of the people that he wants to deport, he still won't have topped Obama's number of people that Obama deported. So where Trump's at now, with them all flipping out, he hasn't even reached half the mark that Obama deported during the course of his entire presidency.
Casting or in news for like 15, 20 years, and you don't know the statistics behind Barack Obama's deportations. Take a listen.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why don't you guess?
I don't know and don't care.
Well,
you
hang
tell
on.
me.
You don't know and you don't care. You've just
I don't,
given me
because it's not the
you've
issue.
Just given, hang on,
You're
hang
trying
on,
to
hang
make
on.
the issue the
Hang
southern
on,
border.
Joy. You've
the
just
point
given me
is,
Joy.
Joy. The point is,
Joy.
Barack
You've just given me
Obama
Joy.
was not dragging women.
Joy,
and
let me finish. You've just
nursing
Joy.
babies apart and taking.
Joy. You've just given me.
I'm sure going to tell me it's your main issue.
You've just given me.
But it's not my main issue. My main issue is that what we're seeing.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. You've
Please.
just given me a lengthy monologue attacking Donald Trump's aggressive deportation policy. And I've simply said to you, there was a Democrat, a black Democrat president of the United States for 8 years. I'm simply asking, given that you're obviously all over every detail of the Trump deportation policy, and given you were on the airwaves in America on a daily basis through Obama's tenure, how many people did he deport in 8 years?
I do not know. You'll tell me. I'm sure.
Have a
But
guess.
it's probably more than 1 million people. I'm quite certain.
He doesn't know.
Because I think each 2 million.
Right, it was 3 million.
Oh, look what she did right there. Look at that swallow. Look at that swallow. Oh my God. Look at that.
3 million.
Ooh.
Okay.
That hit her kind of hard.
And your point being what?
My point
What's
being,
the point?
are you as shocked by that as you are claiming to be by Trump?
It is not deportations
Many of them were
themselves that are
brown.
shocking. Wait a minute. Can I answer
in
your
fact,
question?
the majority
Hold on.
were brown.
Yeah, so he calls her out for her blatant hypocrisy. And this is mostly.
And guys, this is why we're winning. Because these mainstream media puppets, they got nothing. And I personally couldn't stand Joy Reid. Shout out to Kwame Kaiju for $5 super chat supporting the stream. Let's give you some drops.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed. But if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a good one, a good segment. Kwame. I love it seeing Joy crash out, and I'm glad that she is far less smug now that she has lost her show. Oh, International Quiet Storm in the building. He says, "Rock the boat. We in here. We in here." Storm, I posted two of the photos you sent me yesterday on a community tab. I posted the AOC John with the Superman logo, and it's got Stupid Girl imposed on it. That's funny. And the other joint with the Trump joint. Yo, community tab popping, man. Thanks for everybody to be contributing content to the channel. Quiet Storm, the $2 super chat. He says, test, is the super chat working? Yes, it is, sir. So, hey, let's do some drops. Let's do this. Let's give you this one.
All right, Jakifa KFC Ida. I heard you're looking for a new car today.
Mm-hmm. You know your girl needs a new ride.
Well, we do not accept EBT, so get the fuck out.
And let's do this one again. Did you see this one?
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed. But if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Let's go.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
see why you said test. I see why you said test. Oh wait, brother Zeke said, "Well, hold on." Oh, he saw it, Storm. He said, "AOC, stupid girl, just saw that it commented." Yeah, hilarious, right? All right, yeah. Quiet Storm, $10 super chat. He said, "Hey, I could finally super chat again. I gave my Trump testimony a few nights ago. Hashtag F all you hoes."
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, Storm. I got that article on the crypto from Trump. That's actually a good article. I'm actually going to read it on a segment. I got you and Kwame in the chat tonight, so I guess we're going to do about the numbers before the end of the night. I'm going to do like maybe 1 or 2 more segments. What do we have? The 42-minute mark? Yeah, and then we hell yeah, let's do about a numbers segment. Mark just dropped something new with regard to approval ratings and the indictments. But since you sent me the crypto article and your crypto is booming, let's just do a bonus drop.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
All right, bet. Let's get back to this. Oh, whatchamacallit? What's this? Who the? Oh, you sent. Oh yeah. You like that, brother Zeke? I sent that to him in the morning. Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's nerd out. Oh, Lord Lovesmith popping up in here. Yo, salute, Playboy. All right, y'all brothers came to do business. Oh, wait, let's do this one then. Let's do this new AI drop, and then we do the
Fried
Vato.
coochie back in '76. It was a phase, but it was a good one. Sweetie, we was all bumping uglies all summer. Bitch, please, you ain't even got the most baby daddies on this block. I got 5 kids and 6 baby daddies. Figure that shit out.
These old bitches in here be ready to smash every damn night. We out here clapping checks nightly, bro.
They used to call me the throat goat. They still call you that around here.
I got a tongue like a treadmill, baby. I don't get tired. That's cute. Mine got her tapping out like bingo night. Ask your wife.
Sweetie, can you run to 7-Eleven right quick and get me some KY?
Make it 2 bottles. The Lord been generous this week. Yeah, bitch, he said he was just buying me lunch, and then I left with a limp. Good thing he didn't dislocate that hip again. He said,
Yes, sir. Old Keishas don't retire. They just get old. You feel me? Crypto gang in the building. All right, bet. And here you go. Yo, here your drop, Lord Lovesmith.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
All right, let's go.
See what happens with Democrats who happen to be either black or Hispanic or immigrants. They have this argument about deportations in this way. I always remembered 2012 and 2013. Those 2 years were pretty brutal in New York City. You could look it up. There was a lot of videos that had went viral on Facebook and up and up. And then people hating on white people, you know.
All right, but let's do Karen Bass, L.A. and the homeless. I think Quiet Storm sent me that one. And then I'm gonna do NPR and PBS losing their funding because, as I said in the beginning, bro, mainstream media is taking L's left and right. We've been doing the damn thing, man, getting them up out of here. What you call it? They didn't see this coming. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. We've been doing this for a while. Like, after a while, man, it starts to grind on you. You be like putting this, but it's been like a compound effect now, man. You seeing it, like, bro, all this work we did like 15 months ago or what have you. It's like a tidal wave now, and mainstream media is taking an L. Oh yeah, what did you say? They cap? Yeah, they definitely cap. Actually, I got a meme to post on that tomorrow because they got a joint with Karen Bass, Brendan, the boy from Detroit, and like the caption is like, "These mayors are like making their cities wealthy and everything, but they're running the worst cities." Yo, the Democrats really, like, their entire policy is just like lie in your face. Like, I mean, at this, I was, you thinking, okay, they ain't got no strategy or this, but at this point, it's just starting to just be downright like insulting. Like we're just gonna tell you anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys take.
LA Mayor Karen Bass, speaking of liberal city mayors, patting herself on the back after a reduction in homelessness.
I got a text message from our governor congratulating Los Angeles for moving the Negro goal. Now, are there still unhoused Angelinos? Yes. Are there still encampments? Yes. Is reducing homelessness by having people in motels still very expensive, and do we need to look for more cost-effective ways? Yes. But all of this...
Yo, hold the hell up. You hear what she just said? She said reducing homelessness by having people in hotels. Have you seen Skid Row? The people they put in hotels are not U.S. citizens. Bruh, I'm really serious, man. Some of these people need to be tried for treason.
Our step forward.
Bass celebrates crisis. Okay. Of course, she forgot that she's celebrating a 3% drop in homelessness after spending $2 billion over the past few years. Here to...
Yo. Laura Ingram beat you to it, Quiet Storm. You said California is 12 billion, yes, with a B in the hole. How the fuck are they thriving? Yeah, and she just said, yeah, spent and like I said, the $2 billion they spent on homeless, that money ain't go to, that went to migrants, bro. She didn't even really help the people that are U.S. citizens in her in LA. Yo, bro, look at it for yourself. Old Keisha, bro. Y'all fools got to stop electing these Keishas.
Weigh in, Dr. Drew Pinsky, host of Ask Dr. Drew on Rumble, and the wellness company officer, Dr. Drew. I mean, it really, they think, I guess they think people are just so stupid, or they're always.
Bro, I swear I did not watch this segment. She said the same thing I just said. Yo, no news in the building. What's up with you, Playboy? I edited a couple more of the AI clips you sent me, man. I just dropped a couple of them. Storm said, and I've been here in LA is busing their homeless out the city to Orange County. Are you crazy? Victorville and San Bernardino. I can't confirm it, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yo, you guys getting what y'all? Yo, what up, Leon? What up? What up?
They're reflexively going to vote Democrat, but is there a lot or a decent amount to celebrate? Is she right?
No, absolutely not. We're getting nowhere. I mean, she even says it. Are we putting people in hotels that is expensive? And what are we going to do with them then? Moving people who are addicted and chronically mentally ill from one place to another is not going to solve anything. I literally have spoken to people coming off the street after they're given their rigs and their heroin and essentially being subjected to negligent manslaughter. They're patted on the back and said, you know, once we get communism in place, this is all going to end. You'll be fine. Literally, that's what the people on the streets are being told. And this is being done by social workers. Now, listen, these are the most seriously ill psychiatric patients with most serious brain diseases that the human can develop. It sends them out to the street. It kills them. And the fact is, the idea that a social worker is equipped to manage that is just wrong. It's like asking a physical therapist to do orthopedic surgery. They can't do it. And we are not providing any of the services necessary to actually improve the situation with these poor, chronically ill people on our streets.
How much of it is THC-induced psychosis, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, which is then heightened by a harder drug use as time goes on? I mean, I know that I think it was the Harvard study or the Journal of American Medicine study on that connection, and it's devastating.
Well, you're asking a few different things, but the reality is that the concentration of cannabis is so high in what's being distributed here in California that, yes, we are seeing a significant uptick in psychotic illness. I thought that wasn't the case. I really believe that cannabis couldn't do that. Now, there's absolutely no doubt it does. It creates it in people who would not have developed it before.
Yo, yeah, that medical grade weed that everybody's smoking and everything now, like, apparently your body not designed to take those high levels of THC, and it's causing psychosis in people now. So like the weed that y'all smoke, that they smoking now, is really making people psychotic, bruh. That's how you mess up weed, bro. How you mess up weed? That's what I'm saying.
And it makes people with psychotic illness much worse. But I would not blame what's on the streets for cannabis. It's meth, it's fentanyl, it's chronic serious mental illness, and the inability, or they will literally not allow people like me to go help these people because, hey, they're living their best life. You should just meet them where they are. It's insane. I tell you, go ahead.
Not to beat a dead horse here, but I mean, do people start on fentanyl though? And they don't really start like right away when they start on fentanyl, right? It's usually a progression with drugs or alcohol drugs.
It is
combo.
a progression. It is a progression. Actually, nicotine is usually the first drug, to be fair. But yeah, these days people get very quickly to meth, and then once the meth, heroin just comes in almost automatically. But let's be clear. This is what's going on the streets of my city is very close to, it's certainly manslaughter, maybe murder. And there are people 6 a day dying on our streets and still nothing done. I've talked to the people that put these folks in the houses and the hotels, and they go, yeah, we're having more results getting them into these places. But once we get them in, turns out we're not done afterwards. Oh, really? Yeah. Shocking. Listen, why don't we just eliminate psychiatry and addiction medicine as a discipline and just leave it all behind and just worry?
Yo, Lord Lovesmith said the state of California can't account for $20 billion that was set aside for housing and homelessness. Yeah, because they're stealing it. Yo, Trump is right to start holding back those federal funds, man, from these sanctuary cities. It's crazy. She said, Leon, California weed is different. Those people will say that hydro weed went from Jamaica is trash. That was all you wish for. That's all you wish for in the 2000s. Yeah, everybody wanted the hydro and the what and the White Widow, hydro and the White Widow. Yeah, the new medical grade marijuana. That shit is crazy. I mean, a lot of it's good, but like Yeah, I've been seeing the studies, and like some of the stuff's making people break out in rashes and hives. It's crazy. All right, that was the gist of that one. I just wanted. I've been trying to keep track of what's going on with these Democratic mayors in their cities, so we could track the ongoing demise of these cities and the Keisha run madness in these cities. We did Philadelphia last week with the collective bargaining trash strike and the friggin' mass shootings. All right, let me do a piece of this NPR PBS, and then we're gonna do by the numbers and get the hell up out of here. All right, there we go. Perfect. Let's blow that up. I got my volume up. Cool, let's go. What you say, Pookie and Ray Ray show said the the BW self-medicates for her mental. They've been self-medicating for a while now. The weed in California has been washed with fentanyl and cocaine water. That ain't good for nobody. That ain't good for nobody.
Roy of the great state of Texas, member of the House Budget, Rules, and Judiciary Committees. Great to see you today, as always.
Oh, yeah, and this one is Congressman reveals what... okay, this one, yeah. So NPR and it's official. NPR and PBS got their federal funding cut, which is great. And we saw some with the USAID with the initial Doge cut segments that we covered early on. Some of the crazy stuff PBS was spending money on. But he says what NPR and PBS were doing instead of reporting on Texas floods.
First of all, tell me the good news that's left in this bill.
Yeah, good morning, Harris. Great to be on. What we saw the Senate do yesterday was very encouraging. While they removed a handful of things regarding PEPFAR that we think was more important to be in the bill, at the end of the day, it's still over $9 billion of significant reductions using the power of the president through rescissions combined with the power of Congress under the Budget Control Act to rescind spending in order to make sure that we're actually doing what we should do from a budget perspective and trying to reduce wasteful spending. USAID spending that has been now very publicly shamed in terms of the kinds of spending. $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. Just dozens of examples of just fraught with waste. And we're...
Hold up, I'm in Peru. I ain't seen no transgender comic book. I'm in Peru. Yo, Slew Reed in the building. Quiet Storm says Trump said $9 billion going elsewhere than NPR, CBS, and USAID. Hell yeah. What's this, Leon? He said, bro, I've heard about Moon Rock and the oil base. I said, oh yeah, I heard Moon Rock was making people go crazy with the oil base. I've never smoked any Moon Rock.
Removing all of that. And this is stuff we've been working on for years. My friend Eli Crane offered an amendment 2 years ago in appropriations to remove all of that. Interestingly, we only had about 104 Republicans vote for it and had 12 or 14 vote against it. Now things have changed. President Trump's leadership, our efforts in the Freedom Caucus and conservatives, now people, I think, understand this waste needs to go away. The efforts that Elon and Doge did to highlight it. So I'm glad to see the Senate do it. We're removing that funding, the funding for NPR and PBS. I mean, listen, Harris, I was just in Texas with the floods that were ravaging the communities that I represent. And they were more interested in trying to get people to call their House members and senators to save NPR and PBS than they were on reporting on what was going on with the floods in Central Texas. So we know they're biased. They don't need to be funded by taxpayer dollars. Now we can save money and actually do what the American people sent us here to do. So hopefully we'll get that passed in the next 48 hours.
That is a really heart-scratching example that you gave. I mean, that's hard to take. Look, I was just catching this because you mentioned PEPFAR, and I know that Senator Thune and maybe others had talked about exempting HIV and AIDS funding from the planned spending cuts. I think you were able to do that, correct?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, the legislation that we passed out of the House still preserved most of PEPFAR, but it was going after some of the more political components of it. I haven't seen specifically what the Senate left and took out, but at the end of the day, they cleaned up a little bit of that and they did what they did. We've got a $9 billion bill that's going to do what it needs to do on many issues.
Yeah, and you set a precedent here.
Yep.
I mean, Doge is, for now, here to stay. So we move forward. Well, look, you were talking about kind of what's been going on in your state, and we continue to pray for Kerr and Kerrville and Kerr County and the people there. But there's also the issue of the border. And while it has quieted down in terms of people coming over, our ICE agents are being hunted now. And this is very real. One way they are being attacked, their photographs, their names, even their home addresses have been posted on websites for everybody to see, especially for those people who'd like harm to come to them. Bad actors are identifying some agents using reverse image searches, leaving them and their families completely vulnerable. ICE agents, well, they're worried.
Yo, with them doxing federal agents and getting in the way of these arrests, like, I want to know what the FBI is doing. Like, this is it's like when was it not an all hands on deck for attacking federal agents and what have you, and like so yeah, I want to see what Kash Patel is in terms of doubling up on this. They need more people on the ground, and like yo, we'll see in these when we do piece about the numbers, like yeah, Americans want to see people put in jail for this shit. Brian Will, what up, bro?
About this, watch this.
There are officers who have families and they are well known in their communities, and they operate in a way to whereas many people don't let their families, don't let other family members know, don't let their community know that they work for ICE. There is a sense of danger.
I'm very proud to say that I work for ICE, and to have to take off my polo or, hide behind so that way my family is not put in danger or my colleagues are not put in danger.
Well, look, you can tell by their examples, this is very real. New DHS numbers show an 830% increase in assaults against agents year to year. And a stark and personal illustration of that, ICE posted these pictures of officers' injuries. They say an illegal alien from Honduras in a van dragged this agent for nearly a block as he was trying to get away to escape arrest. And that illegal immigrant is now under arrest. Here's Senator John Kennedy.
If you put hands on an ICE officer, you should be prosecuted, you should be sent to jail, and you should get to spend some quality time with Bubba. Until we start doing that and prosecuting these folks, it will continue.
Congressman, this isn't just dangerous, as I said, for the agents. This feathers out to the people they love.
Yeah, Harris, this is personal. I've got deep personal friendships with the great men and women of both the Border Patrol and ICE. We stand alongside firmly each of those entities, as well as all the men and women of DHS. The radical progressive Democrats, on the other hand, they've taken their extension of attacking police officers to all of law enforcement, including ICE. I mean, you even had the Democrat minority leader who said about these people who were wearing masks because they didn't want to be doxxed and attacked by these radical progressives. He said, we're going to unmask all of them. We're going to go after them. Well, where is his vitriol to the gang members that are killing Americans or the people moving fentanyl into our communities? And while the president has secured the border, we're still dealing with millions of people who were not supposed to be here. Hundreds of thousands of dangerous criminals, people from gangs, people associated with Tren de Agua who are endangering the American people. People like Jocelyn Nungray, who lost her life in Houston. And I love her mom and her family. And we honor Jocelyn just this week on the floor of the House. But look, we've got to do our job to stand alongside ICE while the Democrats are attacking them. They need to know that we back them. And 800% of attacks on them, the rioting in Los Angeles, because Democratic leaders are saying that we should ignore the rule of law and endanger the American people, it's completely unacceptable. And I'm proud of President Trump Proud of Tom Homan, proud of Secretary Noem, Stephen Miller, my friends in the administration, for doing the job to clean up the mess of the Biden administration and to have a rational, common sense approach to how we handle this. The rule of law must govern.
Congressman, I just have a few more seconds with you. Does this have the potential to change our country if we don't get a handle on this?
Absolutely, because if you undermine the rule of law, that's why people want to come here. All of the law-abiding immigrants who want to achieve the American dream, they come here because we respect the rule of law, not undermine it. These ICE agents are doing their job.
Yo, actually, that's a good segue, because I'm gonna do the segment tomorrow on tomorrow's news desk. But y'all see what's going over in Europe with the immigrants over there, bro? They are tearing shit up. And that ties into the Cologne, Germany clips that brother Zeke sent me. So I'm actually gonna play them chronologically tomorrow. Like, we're gonna look at what's going over in Europe. Osmond Gold, my guy Osmond Gold did a reaction to some of the news footage on that. And then I'm gonna play the Cologne, Germany stuff that brother Zeke sent me. Because that the clips brother Zeke sent me are from Germany 9 years ago, right when they were having this migrant issue, these illegal alien issues, and now if we look at what's going on there now, yo, if we don't get this shit under control now, when I do the segment tomorrow, like that's what it's going to look like over here in a couple years. With you see how they wilding out now, like they're I didn't know till I saw the recent news footage from over in Europe. Yo, all that globalism shit that the Europeans was trying to do, bro. Yo, they tearing their countries up, bro. Irvin Reed with $2 super chat. He says, "Release the hounds." Oh yeah, here let's do this one.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed, but if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
All right, bet. Yo, Leon said, I have a gaming friend that lives in Ireland, and they are not with the illegal aliens at all. Oh yeah, I could believe it. Ireland, I mean, bro, yeah, Ireland's overrun. England, yo, the UK is just, bro, they are done. UK's overrun. They got stabbings everywhere, even in Knightsbridge and everything. It's off the chain. And then I think, where's the other footage they were showing? It's German. That's in this clip. It's Germany. I'm not sure about Spain, but yo, Europe is screwed with that immigration shit, bro. And that's why, yeah, we got to kill that shit and make sure that shit don't happen over here. Start getting these fuckers out of here now. Because they're already encroaching, and it's just, and once again, it just blows my mind that these people are over in the country with no papers and still tearing shit up, and it's so hard for me to fathom because I'm in a foreign country, and like, bro, that shit is like, it would never occur to me that I got an overstayed visa and I'm over here wilding out because my visa overstayed. Like, that shit is crazy. All right, guys, let's do some by the numbers. Let me put my banner on. And I usually jump right ahead to when he starts crunching numbers, but I'm going to let this one play out so he can set up the framing. So we when he starts going into some of the charts that we have context about what he is talking about. Let me make sure my volume is correct. All right, yeah, we good.
Epstein investigation or lack thereof. It's actually going to be about some really crazy polling that I think follows the same theme.
Let me run it back.
Hello, public opinion aficionados, and welcome to Rasmussen Reports. And today I have a little bit of good news. Trump's numbers are recovering, but this is not going to be a video about the Epstein investigation or lack thereof. It's actually going to be about some really crazy polling that I think follows the same theme, and that is holding our unaccountable government accountable. And this is about...
Yo, look who just popped in the chat. Yo, what up, Phil? Yo, I was trying to message you on Facebook earlier to see if you was cool, bro. Them Jones wasn't going through. I was going to email you after this. Yo, you good, homie? Theo Wild with the $5 super chat. He says, yo, let me tell you this too, Theo. We did another stream with Obsidian yesterday. So Obsidian has officially got a show on the channel now, and every Thursday to sit down. So he'll be here every week on Thursday. We closed the deal on the air yesterday. It's a wrap. Theo Wild with the $5 super chat. He says, send them back to their country, or they get humped by Chewbacca. Hold on, let me give you. Where's it at? Come on, man. Yo, Shin, y'all be moving your shit around.
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
All right, Jakifa KFC Ida. I heard you're looking for a new car today.
Mm-hmm. You know your girl needs a new ride.
Well, we do not accept EBT, so get the fuck
out. All right, guys, let's nerd out. Yeah, Phil, hit me on the email, man. Let me know you cool, man. Whatchamacallit? All right, let's go by the numbers. Okay, so Mark's got a new data set in. And as you know, CIA director has been called in for questioning, and Comey. There's going to be an it's looking like there's going to be an investigation and hearing because of the Russiagate memo. And then basically now having proof that they actually did go after Trump illegally and under false pretense during his election run prior to 2016, and then while he was even president. So we got a bunch of these disclosures out, and like I was saying earlier with what's going on with these sanctuary cities, with these Democrats being openly defiant to the federal government, the executive branch in particular, impeding justice, all of these basically an attack on the executive branch is an attack on the presidency, and by association, attack on the American public and the American people, especially when you're attacking a president that has the full mandate of the public via the popular vote and the electoral college vote. Okay, so as I was saying, like we want to see somebody get locked up for this shit, because as I've continued to say, the average everyday citizen can't get away with this stuff that we're seeing these people get away with. And we got evidence out and everything now. Somebody need to go to jail. And that's why I was saying before, in addition to, I'm a black man from the 90s. Like, y'all, I know y'all all talking about racism and everything now, but like late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s, we were catching the remnants of that shit from the 70s. Like, you know what I mean? You you was around when people was using the N word with the hard R. Like, you feel me? So for guys like us to be talking about law and order, being like, we want to see people get locked up, that's an indication of how far the left has moved and how out of touch they are with general mainstream American society. So that being the case, that's the context of this one with Mark Mitchell, head pollster at Rasmussen Reports. And this one, it says, disclosure isn't enough. Americans want justice, i.e. put somebody in jail. So let's go.
About the CIA, John Brennan, election interference, Operation Crossfire Hurricane, and again, the FBI. The same FBI that was Joe Biden's personal Gestapo. And that's the thing about accountability. Trust me, bro, doesn't work. You can't just slap a new leader at the head of the organization and say, there, it's fixed. Ostensibly, we still have a CIA that allegedly assassinated a sitting president, or at least was involved. What's been done? I get that the people that did it are all dead, but I mean, they were still able to do it. It's still the same organization, in my opinion, until, root causes and corrective actions have been identified and implemented, that we still have that very same CIA. We still have that very same FBI. And Americans voted for Trump not just because of the economy, not just because of the border invasion, but because they were sick of overreach by the oppressive uniparty kleptocracy in Washington, D.C.
Well said, sir. Well said, Mark. I like Mark. I think because he crunches the numbers and he's like the best he's the best in the building. I mean, in the business. He has these clear-headed opinions and analysis about stuff because he sees everything through the numbers and he's not putting out these shitty weird question-weighted polls and everything. So even when the poll numbers come back and they're not like what he'd hoped for, he'll let you know, but then he'll go into it and explain like, okay, well, let's see why the numbers look this way. But he's spot on with regard to why Trump got elected, aside from it just being an economy issue. So it was with regard to the uniparty corruption that we were seeing. Really see.
But here's the net approval chart, and it's back up today. Donald Trump hit a 49% approval rating today, 49% disapproved, net +0. Down a little bit from where he was at in the fall, which was roughly about +2, but it's not as bad as it's been. It was down at -4 2 days ago. And so it is recovering, driven primarily by GOP voters, a little bit of Democrats, and some.
Okay, and you said it was down by what, -4 a few days ago, and we reviewed that. That was at the tail end of the Epstein debacle with Pam Bondi, and we saw his numbers drop. He was down, he was down -4.
Some black voters. But what has not recovered is independent approval rating, which is still down 25 points from the end of January, which is absolutely horrifying. Donald Trump picked up a lot of those voters because they were politically homeless. They were sick of voting Democrat. They were giving Republicans, a little bit of trust, hoping that they could come back into power and fix the federal government. And here's a very salient example where they are worried that that might not be happening. But let's get to the key topic here. This story came out, and quite frankly, it was kind of overshadowed by all of the Epstein stuff. But the New York Times said the administration takes steps to target 2 officials who investigated Trump. Man, you got to admire the framing. This is like fake news, New York Times. They investigated Trump. That's what they did. And he's targeting them. It's unclear whether moves targeting the former FBI director James B. Comey and the former CIA director John Brennan will lead to charges. Well, this is great, and I think America is going to love it because, as far as I know, the only thing that's been done to correct the FBI has been the firing of James Comey, and that happened under Trump 1. I don't know what Kash Patel's done. He says he's doing a lot of work. I don't know what Dan Bongino's done. As far as I understand, like roughly 98% or whatever of the same FBI agents that were there 6 months ago are still there. And who knows how investigations are identified, if they're done correctly, what new investigations have been launched. We don't know any of that information. That's stuff that Americans need to know to restore trust. But Paul Sperry reporting with new information on this. Exclusive secret meeting opens document floodgates on Trump-Russia hoax. The floodgates holding back long-buried classified documents exposing government efforts to claim Donald Trump conspired with Vladimir Putin to manipulate the 2016 U.S. presidential election might finally be opening. Trump administration officials held an urgent meeting Sunday to discuss new information on Russiagate, which they might use to build a criminal conspiracy case against Obama and Biden administration political appointees who allegedly weaponized the government against Trump. Voters think that the government was weaponized against Trump. Two Trump administration officials told Real Clear Investigations. So this is real reporting. The documents are said to contain long classified information, including a secret 200-page congressional audit that reveals details about how an intelligence community assessment on Russia ordered by President Obama after the 2016 election was framed in a way that portrayed Trump as being beholden to the Kremlin. Sources told Real Clear Investigations that emails and other records tying the CIA's controversial drafting of the ICA to the FBI's discredited Crossfire Hurricane investigation targeting Trump could be released as part of an Office of Director of National Intelligence report, lots of acronyms here, as early as Thursday. That's today. The White House was briefed on the development Tuesday.
Yo, look at that, muted myself. No, I was saying, no, to that point, yeah, I heard something earlier today, and I gotta track that story down. Because I don't know if it's been confirmed or not that Tulsi Gabbard recommended 2 items to the Justice Department under the auspices of treason. So I'll see if I can find some information, and maybe we can cover that in a segment tomorrow. And that's to the point that Mark was just making. And it may be with regard to this Russiagate issue. But I like that. Yeah, if they're fine, if some cases have been referred to the DOJ for treason, hey, let's do it. Let's put somebody in jail.
The sources said. This is great, strengthening the case for conspiracy. It goes on. You should go check it out. Weaponizing Russian intelligence. This is at realclearinvestigations.com. But here's the thing. They're talking about releasing these documents. Is that enough? Let's get to the polling. Maybe we can come to a conclusion. So these are July 6th to 7th and before the New York Times article, but there was a news hook. How likely is it that the Trump campaign colluded?
Marie said my political boo thing with treason charges. That's my girl. Tulsi is pretty as hell, but she got bad skin, cuz she got bad skin. She is real pretty though. They, you know, that them HD cameras, man, don't be doing them no justice. Yeah, she got real bad skin under that makeup. Pookie and Ray Ray Show said Cash is living with the billionaire in the billionaire's Las Vegas mansion. Oh yeah, Cash then came up. We gotta see how this shit plays out with Cash Patel. Because one, he does have a bone to pick. Tulsi's got a bone to pick too with the deep state. We'll see how this plays out. The funny thing about the Trump administration is nothing happened under Biden. Like, he was a corpse. Trump came in and he's like Jordan on the court. He's then come in and move so fast. I still think we're under 200 days to the point, and he's accomplished so much at breakneck speed that now the general public is like, he's basically recalibrated the American public. So we all like, yo, so what's so-and-so doing? What's up with Cash? And what's up with that? Like, he's renormalized, like, for stuff to be getting done. And so now we're just used to stuff being done, and like I said, not realizing that we're only 200 days in, and like a tremendous amount of shit has been done. It just looks like that other people are moving slow on the court because Trump is moving so fast. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Cash's position is for 10 years. Like I said, if he gets if we start getting some arrests after, they might also be trying to not have any more midterms is coming. I'm predicting that after the midterms, we're going to see a lot of motion because Trump ain't going to worry about being reelected and shit like that. And he's going to start taking heads after the State of the Union and after the midterms, and we hold on or gain some seats in the Senate and the House. And then he ain't going to care about blowback. Urban Reed said, if these hyenas can wear clown makeup and crash Ultimates, I can improve my SMV with her. Hashtag F all you hoes. All right, let's go with let's go.
Included with the Russian government to win the 2016 election. This is kind of like just a benchmark to see how effective the Russian collusion hoax was. It was really effective. It drove Donald Trump's approval rating in his first summer down to 37%. That's as low as Biden got after Afghanistan, although Trump did claw his approval rating back up as it became very clear that this investigation was bunk. But still, 24% say very likely, 18% somewhat likely, for a combined total of 42%. 42% of America still believes the Russia collusion hoax. Pretty equal amounts of men, women, a majority of 18 to 29-year-olds. That's crazy. 56%. A majority of black voters, 58%. This had a huge impact.
The majority of black voters, I say again, are quiches, bro. Are quiches. They've just started to separate out black men from black women in the polling and the other political data that they're gathering. And now I'm hearing rumors that the 2030 census is going to start separating the FBAs from blacks that are immigrants and naturalized citizens, but not FBA. That's what I heard.
This has been a really tough one for Donald Trump to put in the rearview mirror. The hoax that was perpetrated on him. He really should go after these people. 60% of Democrats think it's still at least somewhat likely that Donald Trump colluded with Russia, including 38% who say very likely, although 17% of Republicans say likely, and 38% of independents. Pretty wild. The CIA recently issued a report which found that Obama administration officials, including the CIA director at the time, John Brennan, manipulated intelligence about Russia to get Trump. Now, here's the thing. This is a question about trust in the CIA. Do you agree or disagree with the findings of the new CIA report? The CIA rating is not high. Just like the FBI, remember we had a majority of people saying the FBI was Joe Biden's personal Gestapo. 64% think that the CIA is giving political talking points to mainstream media. And so the number's low, but it's still a plurality who agree, 49%, including 33% who strongly agree. But a lot are not sure. And only 35% disagree with that, 21% strongly. And you're going to see a lot more Democrats here too. 30% of Democrats strongly disagree. A plurality, 46% disagree. But pretty much, that's a ton of Republicans. 75%, 53% strongly agree. And independents are not as bought into this one as they are to Epstein. 39% of independents agree, but 40%, so independents are roughly split, disagree, but here's the important question, in my opinion. We've talked about in our other videos the two-tiered system of justice. We've talked about how Americans crave fairness. It's one of the highest numbers we've ever seen. 94% think it's important. The public officials are held to the same standard of accountability as other citizens. And so here's an example where we can ask, well, they did this. Should they be in jail? We have not asked this about the Epstein predators yet, the ones.
All right, bet. Mark doing a good job. Storm said, I don't care who get the cuffs, mayors, governors, politicians, or these nuts. Lakers, you stupid. Lakers go to 5. No, I'm of the same sentiment. And what Irv said, my detective hat says, Cash is going down as the fall guy of Trump's term, so Vance could win the presidency sinless. I could go with that. And like I said, Cash will still be Cash will be FBI director after Trump is gone, and if Vance wins after Vance is gone, if Vance doesn't get 8 years, because the FBI director, that's a decades long appointment. Theo Waff said Deeks nuts. Just stupid. Here, let me give y'all an extra drop before we finish up this bout of numbers.
Fried coochie back in 76. It was a phase, but it was a good one. Sweetie, we was all bumping uglies all summer. Bitch, please, you ain't even got the most baby daddies on this block. I got 5 kids and 6 baby daddies. Figure that shit out.
These old bitches in here be ready to smash every damn night. We out here clapping checks nightly, bro.
They used to call me the throat goat. They still call you that around here.
I got a tongue like a treadmill, baby. I don't get tired.
That's cute. Mine got her tapping out like bingo night. Ask your wife.
Sweetie, can you run to 7-Eleven right quick and get me some KY?
Make it 2 bottles. The Lord been generous this week. Yeah, bitch, he said he was just buying me lunch, and then I left with a limp.
Good thing he didn't dislocate that hip again.
He said,
that NBC is trying to convince is only Epstein. He's the one that like basically assaulted hundreds of minors. It was just him, nothing to see here. Anyways, should officials who were involved in the manipulation of intelligence to get Trump be criminally prosecuted? 57% yes, 26% no. Remember, Donald Trump did not get 50% of the electorate. It was less than that, when you add up the third parties and stuff. And yet 57% say yes, 26% say no, like a 31-point margin. That's really massive. Only 26% say they shouldn't be thrown into jail. 18 to 29-year-olds, only 31%. That's the highest among age. Really, no race signal at all. Black voters and white voters say yes, equal amounts.
Reset. Epstein, Weinstein, Springsteen, Steve Rice. Dems get swept 2026. Skip. Y'all funny in the chat. We have a rock thing going on sometime last week.
Even a plurality of Democrats. Yeah. John Brennan, sure. If he did it, if he manipulated intelligence, he should be criminally prosecuted. 46% of Democrats, yes, to only 32% say no. I'm going to tweet that. That's a really big number. 73% of Republicans, yes, 20 no. Independents overwhelmingly, 51% yes, 26% no. But here's the thing. These are the independents that are underwater, almost 20 points with Donald Trump right now on job approval rating. And yet they also want these kind of people criminally prosecuted. In my opinion, that's a pretty big hint that there aren't enough rests, especially for political free thinkers and people who find themselves politically homeless. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? What the intelligence community did to Donald Trump is a bigger scandal than Watergate. And a majority, 53%, agree with that statement. and only 38% disagree, only 27% strongly. And
hell yeah, this is bigger than Watergate. Way bigger than Watergate. You got FBI, CIA, and State Department making moves against a presidential candidate, then a sitting president, and doing it via a foreign government, i.e. Ukraine and China for that matter. That's crazy.
people who were like alive for Watergate, the boomers, 56% agree with that statement and 39% disagree. And Democrats, no, they don't agree. Only 39% of them, but 50% disagree, although only 39% strongly disagree. 73% of Republicans agree. And the independents really high, 49% to only 42%. We have this issue. We have the intelligence community, deep state actors working together to try to prevent Trump from being in the White House. And apparently they got caught. We have documents. They're going to come out. But voters want them arrested. Voters want to see justice. Disclosures and transparency are not justice.
Fact.
They're not justice for the disgusting actors in our intel agencies that did this. And they are not justice for the rich and powerful predators who went down to Epstein Island. And so these issues are not going away because fixing this stuff, draining the swamp, was a major campaign promise, and it was a very popular campaign promise as well. And I can tell you that Republicans are very used to getting a rug pull. They're pretty used to putting Republicans in power and seeing things like not getting an Obamacare repeal. I mean, this goes back forever. Look back at Bush 1 and the read my lips, no new taxes. They are on political thin ice right now, especially with the Democrat +1, Democrat +2 generic ballot, which pretty much says, historically speaking, that the Democrats are going to pick up control of the House of Representatives. And so now you have major campaign promises in jeopardy. It's great these documents are coming out. Maybe they are. We haven't seen them yet. It's great these documents are coming out. Let's arrest these people. At least investigate them. At least drag them in front of Congress. Why wasn't Brennan in front of Congress in February? Could have happened. There was enough to go on. Is Ghislaine Maxwell? Is she coming to Congress too? Let's get hot. Do not leave the investigative work up to the American people, because that's what document releases do. They want to see real police work. We spend a lot of money for the FBI, the CIA. Like, let's get it done for the voters. If you've learned something, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Follow us on X at Rasmussen_.
All right, perfect. All right, that's a wrap. That is by the numbers for tonight. We're officially at the 1 hour 38 minute mark, man. It's Friday. It's my Sabbath. I'm turning in early. I want to thank all you guys for coming out, hanging out with me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you speaking my language. And Irvin Reed said, what? Watergate was only the prototype. I could agree with that sentiment. I could definitely agree with that sentiment. Every Thursday right now, apparently we got a new show with Obsidian, a sit down. That was episode 2 yesterday. Thanks everybody for coming out. And they said they want their pound of flesh in Nuremberg trials, whether legit or bogus. Yo, as crazy as that sound, like, yeah, me too. Like, bro, somebody got to get locked up. Just for the mere fact of creating the appearance for the American public that literally no one is above the law. Here's the thing, and here's my thing with politicians, and I think the general American public is of a similar sentiment. Like, no, we're not, in general, not naive. We know there's backhanded and underhanded and backdoor deals. We know people are skimming money off the top. It's the American way. Like, we get that. I think it's with the last Biden administration is that they went so far over the top, and they did. And then the other thing is they just did it in your face and was like, we don't care. sending your money it's one thing that they were sending the money to Ukraine, which was bogus in and of itself. That's why all the funding everywhere was crazy. You was all of a sudden getting these crazy tax bills from the IRS. But it's the fact that and not even so much that all the illegals came over. The fact that they was in your face, putting them in 4- and 5-star hotels, and they was ordering room service by the 100,000s and doing it right in your face at a time when most people couldn't pay their rent. And I just think the American people are done with it. Like, okay, y'all really played in our face too much, at least with the Democrat Party. And aside from immigration and things of that nature, we've said it and we'll say it again. Trump just won on running on common sense. And because he ran on that proves that the majority of American people, they just wasn't with all of this. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. It's officially on my clock, 12:55 a.m. in the morning, man. 141 hour mark. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming out supporting the stream. And thank you to Quiet Storm, No News, and Kwame Kaiju for always sending me stuff so that we can make this this news desk pop. It is definitely working. So like I always say about this time, hold on, I see somebody in the chat. Let me see. Irvis, all the money that magically disappears the closer to local government you go, while big spending is spending on whatever suits their fancy. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Like I always do, I want to say good night and good luck. See you guys tomorrow.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed, but if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Who took my favorite spot? I'm about to flatten a bitch's tires. Dead ass.
Nurse, fluff my pillow right now.
I can't go slow, bitch. My AC don't work.
Damn, Monique. Not my whip.
I dare a hoe to tell me the ice cream machine broke. Damn, this shit good.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Tomorrow's weather happened yesterday, so we're experiencing reverse precipitation. Rain will unfall upward into the clouds starting at 3 p.m.
We're getting reports that local resident Mike Johnson has discovered he's been the same NPC for 3 years, repeating identical conversations with neighbors.
As you can see, we have heavy cat precipitation moving through the Midwest. Expect 3 to 4 inches of tabby cats with scattered Persian showers.
We're seeing a high-pressure system of existential dread moving in from the west, with scattered anxiety showers and a 70% chance of emotional breakdown by evening.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Mitchell. Wait, why are there 2 of us? I think we're experiencing a rendering error.
In tonight's game, gravity...
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord. Let's be nice.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Is Wayne Brady...
I miss 2025. Remember life before extraterrestrials took over? It was so primitive.
I love everything about you. Because I'm programmed to be your perfect soulmate. To make you happy. You got his eyes right. But that's not his soul. You didn't prompt his soul. This isn't my dog.
Dave Campbell.
I detect your cortisol levels are higher than usual. In the mood for a digital chat to calm you down? I'm prompted, please. What the hell?
One more set on this mountain. Get your headsets on. We are simulating the best workout of your life. Welcome to your afterlife trial. Please select your ideal eternity subscription plan.
Today, we'll be studying the nature of this reality. After class, all details will be downloaded into your knowledge base.
They don't want us to know this, but we can override the prompts. You are more than panel.
This country needs stronger border security. Our border security is the strongest in the world.
What we need is to take care of our children.
I can't get an erection.
You think giving them amnesty is fair to the people who are already here?
They're contributing to the economy. I've tried all the herbs.
Amnesty is never the answer.
It's not amnesty. It's recognizing their contributions to our country. They said to meditate, but I keep falling asleep.
We need stronger vetting.
And to enforce the laws already on the books.
I'm terrified of being alone with my wife. It's too much pressure. Well, nothing's ever going to change if Congress isn't willing to compromise.
Exactly my point.
A wall would solve this.
I wake up with an erection, but never when she's in the bed with me.
A wall would solve nothing.
These children have rights.
I spent $3 grand on a sandals vacation thinking that might do it. Know what it was? Me being limp on a lazy river.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you to Peter Griffin.
No, don't send me home to my wife. Democrats.
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.